Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Tennessee Titans. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge him? This is going to be fun.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And the Titans, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Titans at 3-6 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
They'll go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw, here's Ward. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Titans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
That's good for a Titans first down.
Come on. Set.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
70 Timberwolves.
Again, it's Ward. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. David Njoku with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
12.
Now it's Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
11.
Now Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 54 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people are focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting into shreds.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On now is the Titans punter. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
1-1, ready? 11. You just set.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4th.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
11 mighty.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Going for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline.
He's got him in, complete. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mike Gesicki from 21 yards away. And the Bengals have taken the lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it as we resume action. Here's McPherson now to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the second down and 6. To throw is Ward. He'll get that out to the flat to White. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
70. Cook at 19.
First down.
Cut 19.
First and 10 at the
19,
36-yard line.
Go.
Ward. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A big play that time for the Titans. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Third.
Again, it's Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Ward. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Cincinnati.
Here we go. 12, Can. 11, Thomas. Shot.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go. 180. Shot.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they move the ball with relative ease.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11.
This is Brown going up the middle. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Let's get started.
Now a give left side, Brown with it. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
1st down, Bengals.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Gun.
Running left to give to Pacheco. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Isaiah Pacheco, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
McPherson to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
At the 35-yard
Let's go
line.
now. Cougar 19.
From the shotgun, it's Ward. He completes it right side of the lane. The Titans going to use the 1st of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Again, it's Ward. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
It's caught downfield by Pickens. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half.
That's another Titans 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Get it. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Here's Ward. And a dump off to White. That's it for the 1st half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Start.
Now it's Burrow. And that's It's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
Close. Here we go.
Burrow will throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it with Ward. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11, right 80, 42.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he wisely will throw that one away. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
11, Thomas. 11. 11 MT.
Burrow looking to pass. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing now, Ward. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Throwing is Ward. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw, here's Ward. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
To the right side, this is Taylor. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Jonathan Taylor from 17 yards out. And the Titans get a bit closer.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
That's caught, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
At the 40-yard line.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Gun. Got. Right in. 11, Thomas. 11, MT, Tate. 11, MT, Tate. Got.
Here's Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Tyke Smith on the coverage.
So the challenge there not successful, and now they'll be left with only 1 timeout. 3rd down, here's Brown. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A gain of 15. And the Bengals.
Final minute now in the 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
11, MT, chase. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12.
Now it's Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
11, 11.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
11, mighty. 11, mighty.
From midfield now, Burrow. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
180. What is that?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Dot.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. And he's taken down at the 7th after a gain of 7.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
180.
Headed straight is Pacheco. And he gets him a little bit closer and takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
11, mighty.
Now Burrow changing things up here. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Pacheco will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Titans.
A first carry for Rashad White. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the gun, Ward. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going for it. Here's Ward. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think,
a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by Leo Chanel. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Intercepted. The Titans take over 1st and 10.
To throw is Ward. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Let's go.
Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. Into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Jaden Higgins, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And he's going to get in for the 2 points, and that'll make this a 10-point game. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
and that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards a carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Bengals.
Again, it's Pacheco. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Gun. Shot. 180.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score.